Hello, beautiful people. How you doing? All right, so we are here again from the Unveiling Impact Foundation, and you know what? The Unveiling Impact Foundation is 2 years old. Like 2 years old. Come on, it's not easy now. Clap for us now. Wow. So, and as you can see, I have with me here my mommy. I call her my mommy. She's our mommy, but then she's my mommy, the convener and the founder of the Unveiling Impact Foundation. All right, mommy. So I have tons of questions for you, but we started with the first one. So I want to ask, just like I know that some of our viewers also would have been wanting to ask, what prompts the birth of the Unveiling Impact Foundation?
I will just start by saying it is God. It is not actually my making. Yes, it's something I know that it has been there. Even while growing up, I just see myself so passionate. I just want family to be happy. When I see couples fighting, it looks like there is something wrong going from another dimension. You know, that type of passion, that type of feeling has been there from day one until I start to understand, like God helping me to make it clear to me that a lot is happening. You have to start now and see what is going on. Families are, I don't know how to put it, but you see family, they are in the same house but they are apart. They are living in silence. They don't even meet. It's not every time you see them shouting at each other you will see that they are happy. You know, you see some, they will just come and show people that okay, they are happy, but in the house it is getting to something else. And what is happening? Trauma. A lot is happening to the children, and the next thing you hear, that children is looking for how to go about to like freedom, because they are not getting it at home. And that is the essence of the foundation. For parents to realize, to call back the consciousness of parents, or the consciousness, so to say, that things are happening. If you don't start it at home, it will help you out there to train your children, and it might be too late.
Thank you very much for that, ma. And I believe now we can understand the birth of the Unveiling Impact Foundation, and now we know what UIF is driving toward. So I believe by the grace of God, UIF is going places, and the vision will become broader in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
All right, so my second question, for as many of us that want to know about UIF, what prompts the birth of this foundation? Now we have an answer from our founder. So moving to the next question, there's a question I want to ask, and I know that some of us also might have been wanting to ask that question. Like, was there any personal experience that shaped your passion for families, parents, and upbringing of children? Was there any personal experience that also connects to that inspiration now?
Yeah, I would say from that name Unveiling, the experience keep unveiling and keep building over time. And then, like I said, when I answered the first question, seeing, yes, to God be the glory, from the home I was brought up, my mom, blessed memory, was just there. Like he was sent to build, as he was sent to lay the foundation. He's supporting me in starting this, or she was sent rather. So with our own training, taking things calmly, even though she didn't study psychology, but in a way she's a natural psychologist. She understands her children and all that. So we build it's part of the foundation. And as I keep growing, it keeps unveiling to me. Like I said in the beginning, I hate to see family suffer. I hate to see family having issues. And anytime I see that, I can go extra mile with my little capacity to see how to assist. Yeah, so, and God has been helping me. It can be in terms of prayer, it can be in terms of counseling. Even then, I wasn't a professional counselor, so which is part of what actually leads me. Yeah, starting my own discipline, or how do I put it? I actually am an engineer, but at the long run, I have to push through this to go into counseling psychology, just because of this passion. Looking at, I need to understand our children. I need to understand dynamics, to understand it well. And by the grace of God, God has been faithful. A little drop of water in ocean. Yeah. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much, ma. And a closing remark: a little drop of water has now become a flowing river, and very soon it's become a mighty ocean. Just stay with us and don't worry, watch as it unfolds. All right, so moving to the next question, because like I said, we have a lot of questions. I personally have a lot of questions. So I want to ask, in these 2 years, now we know that Unveiling Impact Foundation is 2 years old, which is a great one. Now, in these 2 years, what has been the most fulfilling moment for you as a convener? What has been the most fulfilling moment? What have you seen and you felt like, wow, because of this, I feel fulfilled that I've been able to do this, I've been able to do that? Those moments, just one or two, we want to hear from you.
honestly, with that question, most fulfilling, I try to think around to know which one is most fulfilling. Because to be honest, I've seen a lot of fulfilling moments, a lot of fulfillment, so kind of hard to choose. So one of it is coming from our program, the couples hangout. Even starting up for the first year, we used a very small space, and getting testimony from that program, it gave an insight that the hand of God is in this program. And apart from that, okay, even the second one was bigger, so God that is indeed faithful. Bible says a rewarder of
those diligently seeking.
Exactly. So fast forwarding, seeing impact on children, those on special education, I feel fulfilled because I see children around me, especially the teenagers, some of them are growing to youth now, but seeing them and seeing the vibrance, they are ready to serve God. It's something that I would just look back and I'm so happy. And I just pray, imagine impacting on just one soul can change the whole nation. So, and that is the challenge. And I just want all of us to go this route by changing the dimension, ensuring that everywhere we are, let us impact in one life. And that starts with us, right? Trying to be the better us so we can impact people. Thank you.
Okay. Wow, that's really fascinating and impressive. Thank you very much, Ma. And like she said, let's all cultivate the habit of trying to impact the lives of everyone around us positively, because impartation can be done positive way and also in a negative way. So I will encourage us, just as she has said, to work to impact the lives of others. These are indeed fulfilling moments. And like you said, God is a rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. Diligently seek Him and diligently serve Him. If you serve His purpose, He will definitely reward you. He's not a man that He should lie. It's in His word. He's a rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. All right, so moving on to the next question, Ma, I would like to hear from you. Has there been any, probably during any of the UIF outreach or the program, is there a story of any teenager or family or couples that really touched you? We just want to hear so that we can also, learn from that area. What did you give to them? How did you feel when you heard their story, and how did you respond?
Okay, the story just dropped in my head, but I feel it's not the right time to share it.
Okay.
Yeah, but then meeting someone that have passed through a lot. I remember we went to a particular school to go and on an international girls' day. Okay. That was in October, the first year we went to that school, and meeting some children. There is this one that we actually met, and the story was very pathetic. I just want to summarize that a lot of our children are facing a lot, but then they don't know who to speak to. They don't know who to speak to, including helping us with the few that we have met through counseling and through follow-up to ensure that they actually fulfill or they get up from where they are. They see themselves there, and you see some of them are very intelligent. There's no one that is ready to understand them. But so in fact, you would think their parents would have even told them you are useless. You cannot come out of anything. Nothing good can come out from you. Traumatizing them. Even anywhere in school, because of they are not dressing the way their peers or their friends are. So they are kind of left out, like nothing. And that's why we should pay attention. And we see a traumatized side. Say that they're facing a lot. There's a lot. They behave a way that is different from others. Yes. So please let us take note of that. And there's a lot of this around us.
Thank you very much, Ma. But the story of this story is actually touching, and it has revealed more to us parents. Well, I'm not a parent, but very soon I'll be a father in the nearest future. Okay, so it has revealed something to us parents and aspiring parents. So that most children are going through a lot, and it's starting from their homes. Some parents are traumatizing their child unknowingly, and when they get out there, the world now takes them through the other way. So I pray that be. All right, Ma. So moving on to the next question, we have moved to the next question. So we want you to highlight for us some of the key initiatives and programs that the Unveiling Impact Foundation has holded, and how was it? We want to hear from you.
Over these 2 years, God has been faithful. Wow. I would say, because we've had a series of should I say initiative or outreach?
Outreach.
Yeah, and of course we have a lot of initiatives. And with you joining us, partnering with us, we will go far together. Yes. By the grace of God. Oh, I remember we started off with International Girls' Day in October. That was last 2 years in 2023. That was our first outreach. we had a couple of different programs, reaching out to families.
Wow.
We've done that. Some families have done that. Then we also had our couples hangout, which we've had like twice now for the 2 years.
Beautiful.
We also had some training some people on some IT skills.
Oh.
Yeah. So and of course it's a lot because. We also had one program last year. That was last year, September. That we clocked 1 year. That we went to schools, over 3 schools here, 3 schools, and we supported with books, buying books for some of the students. So we also have some students in tertiary education supporting them as well. So we had a series of such programs. But we keep joining us with a lot of initiatives, basically reaching out to homes, supporting homes, and bringing this consciousness to the parents, being present, that consciousness, being intentional on achieving this effective parenting in a godly way. Like I always say, happy home equals happy children.
Okay, there's a quote I've got this flat our money, but when we talk about impact, those are impact, and I believe there is more. This cannot be it. There is what? There is more than enough. And as you have said, partnership. This is it can't be done by just one man. The scripture says one shall chase 1,000, two shall chase 10,000. Now imagine I, you, and every other person joining our movement. We chase millions, we take the nation. You get it? So alright, so moving to the next question because of our time. I have a question. Now, while talking about the initiatives on the program, you mentioned couples and girls and reaching out to students. So I want to ask, couples and girls as a special program. We have not got that to be a special program now. What are bets couples and girls? There must definitely be something that came up, and then the special like there should be a program as couples and girls. We want to know the roots of that program, so we want to hear from you.
Okay, couples and girls started in a way that even me, I couldn't imagine it.
Wow.
If I put that name Unveiling, I will keep mentioning it. Like it seems keep unveiling itself. Wow. Yes. So couple hunger started. Okay, we know that our purpose is intentional parenting, but then during our course of keep working, and that inspiration came. We were talking about parenting. But is the couples are they actually conscious of how they whatever they behave at home, how they live peacefully at home? Because if this is missing, don't forget that children watch.
Yes.
And children do exactly what you do. And that is why we have to be intentional that we are leading by example. It is not what we parents say most times that they do. It is what we do. So when we are telling our children don't lie, and we are a chronic liar, they will lie 10 times. If you are the one that always yell, they will yell 10 times. And that is why we should be very conscious of what we do, because we will see a replica, a duplication in multiple fold in our children, a duplication of us in our children.
That's a very deep truth, bitter truth actually, because nowadays we have permit me to say, you have situations whereby parents will be on phone, probably somebody calling them from home, they say, hello, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Parents are still at home, and their children can see them. Then imagine that telling his child, or don't lie, it's very bad to lie, and they can see that like daddy is lying down and he's telling somebody.
They will be upgraded liars.
Sincerely. So this is, we see them, we see them, and please help us. Alright, so I'm gonna say what's on the right of couples and girls, because even parents or couples need more knowledge concerning parenting. We're talking to children that are parents of family. Moving on to the next question, I want to ask, from your own point of view, what area of the family or the community at large do you feel needs urgent attention with the way the world is growing and the digital space is expanding? What particular aspect do you think needs urgent attention from families, negligence?
Be present. That is just it. If we are present, we will know everything about our children. How they are, in terms of digital space, their screen time, you will know. Their friends, you will know. In fact, their unconscious mind, because when the behavior changes, you will know. But when you are not present, you don't know your children. You only know them when you are just around. And meanwhile, being present is not just by being around, because sometimes you are around the house, you are not going anywhere, you're not working, maybe you are a housewife, but every time shouting down on your children, disrespecting them. These children, they need respect, they are human. So those type of behavior, send them away from you. No playtime with your children, no intentional timing, no one-on-one timing, no appraisal timing with your children. Then you are missing it. You are not present. You are only available. You are an absent parent. So it matters to answer your question in summary. Be present. Yeah.
Now, like Amumi has said, one of the areas that needs urgent attention to this one is that area being present. Because now we are in a world whereby at the age of 14, at the age of 13, the child is already learning how to parents cannot concerned anymore. Every child are out there trying to talk to them because they feel my dad and my mom cannot care. They don't really care about it. And they are going through it. They are going through it. And when you are not there, you can't do. A lot of children are on the streets living scattered lives. Not that it was their own way, but then there was nobody to give them care. And since their parents are not giving them attention, they founded solace in another place, in the wrong hands. And these are people give them attention. So whatever advice they give them is what they will grow with. Since what they need is attention. If he wasn't giving attention, he's a bad boy. Or whatever he does, what I will do because he's giving me what I need. What I need is attention.
They found friends somewhere.
Somewhere, exactly. So I pray the Lord will help us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Now, moving to the next question, when we have talked about presence being one of the areas that need urgent attention. Now we have identified we have presence with present, but then we have situations whereby some parents are present, though before they were not present, but now they want to be present, but their children have, should I say, have gone too far or are not ready to submit again. What can they do?
I would say it's in different contexts. Because if your child is already an adult, can you bend it? Go back to God. There's nothing God cannot do. Ask and it shall be given unto you. But meanwhile, probably your children are still in information stage. Okay, adolescence as well. Adolescence, you have to do a lot of job because during adolescent stage, that is when children try to find autonomy. Because at that time they see themselves they are already big like you, so they feel like they need independence. But meanwhile, they forgot that they need boundary as well. You know what elders sees up there, children cannot see. Yeah. So, but meanwhile, at that stage of their life, you can as well start trying be their friends. Ensure that they start developing trust for you. So gradually, be getting close to them, and you can start, for example, you can take them out, have one-on-one section. By the time they start trusting you, you will start to hear all the revelations that unveiling one after the other. And it's also depends on your response, and that's why you also need to upgrade yourself to know how to respond professionally and politely in a way that they'll be ready to open up more to you while you also maintain boundary because you're there to guide them. So that will help. And of course, pray at the same time when going about that. Yeah, thank you.
Let me add something to that. Pray and play. Don't just pray. Pray and play. They are praying for them. Play with them.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Be their friends.